Today I will tell you Astavakra Gita. It is a wonderful Gita. We know Raja Janak was a very big scholar, very great scholar, but we don't know his knowledge. That knowledge was provided by Mahasi Astavakra to Raja Janak through Astavakra Gita. Osho has named Astavakra Gita a Mahagita. The same is being produced to you. Astavakra Gita is a wonderful scripture for all those who desire salvation or want to meet God. This is a collection of 200 verses authored by great sage Astavakra in 20 chapters. Every chapter is its own kind and complete in itself. One can get direct description of truth. Astavakra means a sage with 8 bands in his body. He must have been victim of disease like polio in his childhood, and unfortunately it has not been treated properly. On account of this, his body got twisted in 8 places and he suffered throughout his life. A story with regard to his carved body is like this. Astavakra father was a great scholar and well at home in Vedas. When Astavakra was still in womb of his mother, and his father, a great Vedic scholar, used to chant Vedic mystic words loudly to his mother. Astavakra used to listen those sacred texts within womb of his mother. One day from the mother's womb, Astavakra said, "There is no knowledge in scriptures, but verses only." Astavakra said, "Real knowledge is within, and words cannot carry truth." No sooner father of Astavakra heard these words, got angry. He cursed the boy in the womb to get twisted from the 8 places. That is the reason why he was called Astavakra. One more story pertaining to the wedlock of Astavakra. It is almost intelligible. Vedanya, a sage, father of beautiful girl Prabha, decided to celebrate her marriage. Astavakra came to know and expressed his desire to get married her before his maternal uncle Shvetketu. Shvetketu informed this to Maharishi Vedanya. Maharishi told Shvetketu, "Let Astavakra travel north Himalaya and get blessing of an old lady sage. Then he will arrange marriage of Suprabha with Astavakra." It was very clear how a person like Astavakra with 8 bands in his body will travel north Himalaya. It means neither these conditions will be fulfilled nor Suprabha gets married to such an ugly person. However, it is so happened Astavakra made it possible, fulfilled the condition, and finally married to Suprabha. But one well-known story about Astavakra is, King Janak invited all the scholars to his court for debate on divinity. Father of Astavakra also participated debate started and went on till evening. Suddenly Astavakra, who was at home, got informed that his father may not win in the debate. Though he defeated almost all, but he lost hope in discussion with one. Astavakra came to court where debates was going on. It was almost decided that his father was to lose. Astavakra entered the court in 11th hours. On seeing his twisted body, all great scholars participating in the debate laughed at Astavakra. Astavakra also laughed loudly. King Janak could not understand why Astavakra was laughing loudly. King asked Astavakra, "I can understand why all the people are laughing, but I am not able to understand why are you laughing?" Astavakra said, "O King Janak, Why have you arranged this meeting with all these cobblers? He declared all those present were cobblers. King Janak was great surprised. Asked Astavakra why he said so. Astavakra replied, very simple. My skin is visible to them, but not I. Look at me, light existing in me. In fact, it was a shocking announcement. Every courtier was taken aback. They have had no word to express their feeling. Their faces turned pale. King stood and bowed to him. King said, you are great. You have really impressed. Please step in. Your knowledge is really wonderful. We would like to listen more. Please bless us with more valuable information about spirituality. This Astavakra Gita contains a lot of information pertaining to the truth of divinity. Astavakra puts a thought in front of us. There is no value of body. Value is of soul. Value is of recognizing observer and witness within. This is immortal. Astavakra says you stand beyond body. Leave all running and don't keep the desire of salvation even in the heart. Leave all desires. Very moment there will be rain of supreme pleasure. You are standing with the umbrella of desire in hand. Hence you are not able to have bath in the rain. After the blessing of Astavakra, Janak could not remain the same as he was earlier. Janak totally transformed himself from body to soul. He became observer of his body and he was known as Vidio. Thank you. Astavakra Gita, Chapter 1. Janak asked to Astavakra, O Lord, how does salvation happen? And how one can get in non-attachment? And how does one can get in divinity? Astavakra says, God is known by wisdom, which liberates you from all kind of bondage. Religious people who talks about liberation are not looking liberated. All are bounded to something or other. You attain everything, but if you have not attained freedom, you have attained nothing. Salvation has unique music. It simply means a freedom which has no barrier. Get rid of desires and renounce enjoyment. Astavakra says, Oh beloved, if you want liberation, get rid of passions as like poison. Get rid of passions which is as like of poison and inherit forgiveness, satisfaction, innocence, kindness and truth as like nectar. The meaning of poison is if someone consumed it, he died. We are dying again and again consuming passions, ego, anger, hatredness and jealousy. Amrit means nectar, which gives you life and immortality. The anger is poison. The forgiveness is bliss. Cruelty is poison. Kindness is nectar. Satisfaction. The worm of dissatisfaction goes on eating everything. It goes on spreading poison in the heart like cancer. Satisfaction means required nothing. Whatever is with me is enough. You are not body. You are witness. Astavakra says, you are neither earth nor air, fire, water, or either. You have no face in all these. You have no face in these 5 elements. You are nothing but soul, consciousness. To attain liberation, know you as the witnessing conscious of all. There is no more valuable key than witnessing. Be the observer. Whatever happens, let it happen. There is no need to interfere. Body is composed by Panch Tattva. You are lamp within. If you can separate yourself from the body and rest in consciousness, this very moment you will be happy, at peace and free of all bondage. Diverse the body and rest in consciousness. It is a revolution from the very roots. If you can see the fact that I am not the body, I am not the doer, I am the one hidden within, I am the one eternal and everlasting. There is nothing to do. You are itching to do something that each needs to be satisfied. Where are you running in search of God? Stop and relax. God is not attained by running. It is hidden within the runner. God is not attained by doing. Nothing needs to be done to attain that God. Just be the observer and relax. You are not a Brahman or any caste. You are not in any of the four stages of life. Four stages of life. You are not perceived by the eyes or other senses. You are unattached and without form. You are the witness of the whole universe. Know this and be happy. Astavakra is cutting the roots of all the old beliefs. We are no Brahman, Kshatriya, Sudra or Vaishya. These are all nonsense. These are all projections. This is all play of politics and of super society. You are simply divine. You are the observer, the witness who is within and witnessing all deeds of body. Janak asked, how does salvation happen and how non-attachment is to be achieved and how can liberation happen and how does one can get in divinity? Astavakra says, it can happen right now. It can happen right now. There is no need to delay even a single moment. No need to postpone it for tomorrow. The happening does not occur in future. It only happens now because there is no time except now. Do not leave it for tomorrow. It is cunningness of mind. The mind argues how it can happen so fast. We have to get ready for it. These all are excuses for not accepting that you can do it. For not accepting that you can do it. You are the witness of the whole universe. Know this and be happy right now. Astavakra religion is not in installment. Astavakra theory is not in installment. It is cash in hand, very hard cash. Religion, pain, pleasure, all are illusion. See what he is saying. Religion, pain and pleasure, all are illusion. Oh expensiveness, one religion and atheism, happiness and misery, all are of mind and heart. They are not for you. You are neither doer nor enjoyer. You are always in liberation. Understand it and change will start to take place automatically. There is nothing to do except to understand. If you can listen thoroughly with your whole mind, it is enough. Nothing is going to happen by doing. You do not have to extract anything from it. Be liberated right now. Be enlightened this very moment. You are the witness of whole world, unattached and without form. Know this and be happy. There is no need to wait. It is a leap. There is no need to climb up step by step. It can happen this very moment or otherwise it will never happen. If you left it for tomorrow, if you allow Astavakra, his statement will penetrate in your heart like an arrow. Awakening will happen automatically. Listening means you are not doing. It happens while you are listening. It is not an act. It is happening. When there is no desire within means meditation. If you are doing meditation to gain something, it is waste. The day you do not demand everything is the day when everything happens. The day you do not demand anything is the day when everything happens. A yogi is also not desireless because he seeks no spiritual pleasure. He is not different. He still has the desire to enjoy. He could not find it in the world, so he searches in the divinity, but the search is continued. As long as there is something to do, tension continues. You have done lot of running. At least now you should stop. Relaxation is the key of the same. Efforts are the key to tension. It is very easy to wake up for someone who is sleeping, but the man who is lying awakened with open eyes and pretending that he is sleeping, how will you make him to awake? No one can awake him. You only can awake yourself. Awake the pure consciousness within. Look at the things as an onlooker. Don't think, because thinking means process of the mind have started. Astavakra is a messenger of consciousness and witnessing. If there is happiness, just observe it. If there is unhappiness, just observe it. Let both come and go. Do not let them overpower you. Be identified with only one thing, that you are the observer. You are the witness. There is no other one. Astavakra said, you are the one observer of all and always free. You are presuming someone else as observer. You are presuming someone else as observer, not yourself. How much do you know of yourself? If you want to know yourself, you will have to stop looking images in the eyes of others. If you want to know your soul, you will have to leave other people behind. A spectre is one whose eyes are on others, and the observer is one whose eyes are on himself. To be a spectator is one kind of self-forgetting. Very rare someone is awakened to see within. A person who is free from doing has no desire to exhibit himself to others. He knows the trap of seeing and showing is false. He attains non-attachment and freedom from all desire. If you inwardly wish people to think you virtuous, and then you know that you are still caught in the same. Even if you inwardly wish people to think you were virtuous, and then you know that you are still caught in the same old web. If you wish in your heart that people know you are religious, you are still caught in the same old web. I have heard that there was a sage who built his bathroom with mirrors. He put mirror after mirror inside the bathroom, and once his dog was shut in that bathroom, he was left inside by mistake. You can understand the dog's condition. He was seeing his face in the mirror and thinking some other dog was there. He was barking on him, scratching on the mirror. It is the same with man's condition. The dog barked, but there was only mirror, and in the mirror after mirror, dog barked back. The sound returned to him. This was his own barking echo. He barked all night and chased the mirror and bathed in his own blood. No one else was there. He was alone. He was found dead in the morning. There were blood stains all over the place. This dog story is the story of man. There is no other one. We are just presuming someone other is God who exists in the sky. There is only one all of us, but this will not be understood until you have caught hold of that one within. You are the observer of all. Your bondage is that in you see someone else as the observer. You see, liberation is to know yourself as observer. You try this experiment. You are looking at a tree. Then gradually continue to look at the tree. Try to see that one who is looking at the tree. Just a little adjustment. Ordinarily, the arrow of consciousness moves towards the tree. Let this arrow move in both directions. It should see tree, and at the same time try to see that one who is looking. Who is looking? Do not forget the looker. Catch the seer more and more. You will miss it again and again. Try to catch the one who sees. And as the seer comes into your grip, do it again. If this will happen for a few moments, this will change your whole life. The experience experience is not the sense organs, but someone hidden behind the sense organs. Non-doership leads you to divinity. I do this is the black snake of your ego. I am not the doer. Drink this divine nectar of trust and be happy. Your belief is you are the doer. You become what you believe. Your belief is you are body. You have never thought you can be something else other than body. I am doer. This is projection, and we create our ego in accordance. The doer means ego. So bigger is the doer, bigger is ego. Everything is happening by itself. We unnecessarily bring ourselves in between. We don't come on the earth by our own desire, and we don't go from the earth by our own desire. Before birth, no one has asked us whether we are interested to be born. Before death, no one will ask us whether we are interested to die. I am doer in between. This kind of life is illusion. We create our ego in illusion. The disease of ego is very big. I am pure awareness. Having buried the forest of ignorance with fire of certainty, you are happy and beyond sorrow. All happiness disappears when you experience that you are pure awareness. I am witness. I am observer. We cannot see what we have. In this mortal body, the lamp of consciousness is burning. Just you try to assess the value of this lamp. The more you desire, more unhappy you will be. I have heard a man went to the river to end his life. A Sufi fakir was sitting on the river bank and he asked that man, "What are you doing?" The man was just about to jump in the river. He said, "Don't stop me. It is too much. I never got anything I wanted. I always got what I wanted to avoid. God is against me. So why should I continue the life?" The fakir said, wait, and stay one more day. You may die after one day. What is the haste? You say you don't have anything well in your life. The man replied, "Nothing at all. If I had anything, why should I come to end my life?" The fakir said, "Come with me. The king of this state is my friend." The fakir took him to the king and whispered something in the ear of the king. The king said, "I can offer you 1,000,000 rupees if you want to sell both of your eyes." Man replied, "What are you talking? I am not going to sell my eyes at any cost." The fakir said, "Look, you are not ready to sell your eyes for millions of rupees. And last night you were going to kill yourself. You said you did not have anything. You have the eyes worth of millions of rupees. Heart and kidney and other organs of the body worth of millions of rupees. And you are saying you have nothing. We cannot see what we have. This is a great miracle. Your desire never ends. Therefore, you should not desire anything. Be happy with what you have. Desire brings pain. As long as you identify yourself with anything, ego will arise. Ego is your identification with everything. As soon as you drop all identification, you will be happy. You say, "I am pure awareness." This certainty comes from experience. You do experiment. Trust will come from experience. Burn the forest of your ignorance with the fire of certainty and be happy. You are the bliss, ultimate bliss within. This imaginary world is projected like a snake and a rope. Know this and live happily. Worldly suffering are misunderstanding of awareness. Sometimes you must have seen a piece of rope lying on the road in the dark, and immediately idea of a snake comes in your mind. When the idea comes, a rope is projected like a snake. You run, you scream and shout. You might fall when running. Later on, you will find it was a rope only. Then you laugh away. If you have a small lamp of awareness, even in the darkest night, you can see rope is rope, not a snake. Awareness is the key. You have the key. You have the light. You have kept the light covered unnecessarily. Take the cover off and live happily. See everything, but do not forget the one who sees. Hear everything, but do not forget the one who hears. Do everything, but remember you are not the doer. Have you seen the wheel of moving vehicle? The axle remains stand still while the wheel moves. The same way, the wheel of life moves, but the axle remains still. You are the axle. We become as we think. He who considers himself free is free, and he who considers himself bounded is bounded, because as you think, so you are. The soul is the witness, all-pervading, free from doing, absolutely alone, non-attached, desireless, peaceful. Because of illusion, it looks like the world. Freedom is not the result of action. It is the fruit of knowing. He who thinks I am bounded, he is bounded. He who thinks he is liberated, is liberated. Freedom will not come from your doing. Freedom comes from knowledge. Your thinking has created your world. Change your thinking. Wake up. See in a new way. See in a new way. Everything will remain same. Only the way of your seeing will change. You have to live belief. I am an individually body, a projected life. Drop this illusion and experience that you are conscious. You are not the revolving wheel of life. You are the axle in the middle. The axle is unmoving. Awakening is the key. Nothing is to do. No meditation, no yoga, no chanting. No chanting. Just wake up. Awake up the feeling that you are the unchanging consciousness. What you have believed up to now is nothing but reflected projection. It is your belief. People around you share the same belief. In this way, your opinions are strengthened. Ultimately, man borrows his opinion. You learn from others. All are unhappy, so you are also unhappy. There is a story in Ramakrishna's life. He was worshipping Mother Kali. But every time he experienced duality, the experience of oneness never happened to him. He was in anguish. He started search for a non-dualist, someone who could show him the path. A Paramhans named Totapuri was passing through the way. Ramakrishna invited him to stay with him and asked to help to attain oneness of God with the divinity. Totapuri said, What is the difficulty? You believe there are two, you and Ma Kali. So there are two. Drop the belief. Ramakrishna said, But to drop this belief is very difficult. I have lived in my whole life. When I close my eyes, image of Kali appears. Every time I forget that I have to become one with divinity. As soon as I close my eyes, there are two. When I try to meditate, it becomes two. I and my Mata Kali. Kindly help me out of this. Totapuri said, when the image of Kali comes in front of you, pick up a sword and cut her into pieces. Ramakrishna said, where will I find the sword? Totapuri said, from where you brought this image of Kali? So bring a sword from the same place. She is imaginary. No one sees Kali when they close their eyes. A devotee of Sri Krishna closes his eyes and Krishna comes to him. A Christian closes his eyes and Christ comes to him. A lover of Mahavira closes his eyes and Mahavira comes to him. Krishna does not come to Jain. Sri Krishna does not come to Christian. Mahavir or Buddha or Guru Nanak does not come to Sri Krishna devotee. Only the image you project in your belief will come to your meditation or dream. Ramakrishna's life was with Kali. Consciousness is alone. There is no second one. Raise the sword and strike. Totaburi said, Ramakrishna closed his eyes, but as soon as he closed the eyes, his course vanished. A devotee raises the sword and strikes the god, highly impossible. Finally, Totapuri said, I have wasted lot of time here. It is of no use. Either you do it or I am going. Do not waste my time. That day Totapuri brought a piece of glass with him and said, when you will begin to absorb in light, I will cut your forehead with this piece of glass. When I cut your forehead, gather cords and raise the sword and strike on Ma Kali. This is the last chance I am giving to you. Ramakrishna closed his eyes and Kali image appeared. He was about to become ecstatic when Totapuri held him by forehead and cut the forehead with piece of glass. Blood became the stream from the cut, and this time Ramakrishna also collected his cords. He raised the sword and cut the Kali into pieces. Kali fell down. He became non-dual. The wave dissolved in the ocean. It is said that he stayed immersed for 6 days in this ultimate silence, and when he opened his eyes, the first he said was, last barrier has fallen. Thank you.
Astavakra Gita, first chapter, continue. Astavakra says, light your own lamp and move on. Long have been you caught in the bondage of perceiving yourself as the body. Cut this bondage with sword of knowledge and say, I am soul, I am observer, I am awareness, and be happy. You believe that I am body. This is absolutely wrong. You are not body. This is our misperception. This is our habit, and we have believed it so deeply we became body. Whatever we believe, we becomes. The world is our belief, and the moment we drop the belief, we can immediately feel changes, and to drop the belief, nothing is to be changed. Only the idea of being body must be dropped. In reality, we are hidden inside the body as consciousness, the witness, the observer. Raise the sword of awareness and chop away the idea that I am the body. All suffering are of the body, and there is no identification with the soul for all the pains of the body. Distance of body and soul is the distance of sky and earth. You are soul, you are observer. No events can touch you. Even sins cannot touch you. You are lotus floating on the water. Astavakra says, you know your being. Mental projections quite automatically. Mental projection arises because the being is not known. Because the being is not known. When all mental projection becomes quiet, man knows himself. You are no sinner. Sins cannot even touch you. You are alone, void of action, self-illuminated and innocent. Your bondage is this, that you practice samadhi. Meditation cannot be practiced. Meditation cannot be practiced because meditation means mental projections. Mental projection arises because the being is not known. When you are doing meditation, you become doer. You are not doer. Trying to do meditation is like entering a dark house and trying to fight with the darkness. Trying to enter a dark house and trying to fight with the darkness. and get rid of it. Do not try to get rid of it. The actual situation is reverse. The presence of light is the absence of darkness. Presence of light is the absence of darkness. Light a lamp and darkness disappears automatically. Actually, darkness does not exist. It is the absence of light. You are alone. No one is your companion. The body is not your companion. The breath is not your companion. And thoughts are not your companion. Husband, wife, family, friends, beloved ones, none are your companion. Neither they are born with you, nor will they go with you. No union can be made with anyone within. No union can be made with anyone within. Therefore, Bhagavan Sri Krishna has said in Gita, I never die. I am beyond death. You are alone, void of action. Do not raise the question of your karmas. If you ask Astavakra, one can be liberated right now. What will happen to the fruits of our past karmas? Astavakra says, you have never done those past karmas. Out of vital energy, body might have done something. You have never done anything. You always stand separate. You always stand separate in non-doing position. Doing has never happened through you. You are the observer of all action. Consider it. In this way, if we have to destroy the whole web of past karmas, we can never do so. It is impossible. We have done so many deeds over infinite births, and if we have to be released from all those past karmas, then the release will take an infinite time. And during that infinite lifetime, you won't be sitting idle. You will be doing something, some good and some bad karmas. So karmas will again be done and will be accumulated. This chain will be endless. This chain will never finish. It will never come to an end and you will never be liberated. Astavakra says, if you have to be liberated, you have to become free from all the past karmas. Otherwise, liberation can never happen. Actually, you are free if you can see within. Existence of liberation is the proof that being has never done anything. You are neither a sinner nor saint. You are not virtuous. There is no hell anywhere. There is no heaven anywhere. You have never done anything. You are thinking that you are doing. It is your belief that you are doing. Actually, you are just sleeping in the body. And the bodies are doing. Those bodies that did those things are gone long ago. How can the fruits of their action be yours? You were just sleeping within. The mind acted. The mind that acted disappeared with that body. The mind that acted disappeared with that body. No sin belongs to you. You are sinless. No sin can touch you. You just awake up. By awakening, you will find you have never done anything. You are self-illuminated and innocent. Have you heard this proclamation? You are innocent. Throw away what Pandits and Pujaris and Mahatmas have taught you that you are the sinner. You are not the sinner. You are innocent. Their teaching has made you sinner. They have taught you 1,000 ways that you are a sinner. They filled you with girls. Actually, you are innocent. You have committed no sins whatsoever, it may be. Your bondage is this, that you do meditation. You are doing efforts to bring fruits for liberation. That is a one kind of greed. This is your bondage. Raise the sword of awareness and sever it into pieces. You are no sinner. Sins cannot even touch you. Double, you are alone. You are alone, void of action, self-illuminated and innocent. Your bondage is this that you practice samadhi. Samadhi cannot be practiced because samadhi is your nature. Mental projection are lower state. Trying to stop them is like entering a dark house and trying to fight with darkness. Do not try to get rid of darkness. The actual situation is just the reverse. The presence of light is the absence of darkness. Light a lamp and darkness disappeared by itself. Actually, darkness does not exist. It is the absence of light. There are 6 ways of life. These are hunger, thirst, sadness, happiness, birth, and death. Hunger and thirst are the waves of body. Happiness and sadness are the waves of mind. Birth and death are the waves of life energy. Breathing starts at the time of birth and breath stops at the time of death. You are alone. No one is your companion. The body is not your companion. The breath is not your companion. And the thoughts are not your companion. Husband, wife, family, friends, beloved ones, none are your companion. Neither they are born with you, nor will they go with you. No union can be made with anyone within. Therefore, Bhagavan Sri Krishna has said in Gita that I never die. I am beyond death. You are alone, void of action. Do not raise the question of your karmas. If you ask Astavakra, one can be liberated right now, then what will happen to the fruits of our past karmas? Astavakra will say, you have never done that. You have never done those karmas. Out of vital energy, life may have done something. Out of wound needs, the mind may have done something. You have never done anything. You are always stand separate in non-doing position. Doing has never happened through you. You are the observer of all actions and liberated one. Consider it in this way. If we have to destroy the whole web of past karmas, we can never become liberated one. It is impossible. We have done so many acts over infinite births, and if we have to be released from all those past karmas, then the release will take an infinite time. And during that infinite lifetime, you won't be sitting idle. You will be doing something, some good and some bad karmas. So karmas will again be done and will be accumulated. This chain will be endless. This chain will never finish. It will come to an end and it will never come to an end and will never be liberated, and you will never be liberated. Astavakra says, if you have to be liberated, you have to become free from all the past karmas, otherwise liberation can never happen. Actually, you are free already, but you don't know. If you can see beyond within. Existence of liberation is the proof that the being has never done anything. You are not a sinner. You are not virtuous. There is no hell anywhere. There is no heaven anywhere. You have never done anything. You are thinking that you are doing. It is your belief that you are doing. Actually, you are just sleeping in the body, and the bodies are doing. Those bodies that did those things are gone long ago. How can the fruits of their action be yours? You were just sleeping within. The mind that acted disappeared with that body. No sins belongs to you. You are sinless. No sin can touch you. You were just sleeping within. Just awake. By awakening, you will find you have never done anything. You are self-illuminated and innocent. Have you heard this proclamation? You are innocent. Throw away what Pandit, Pujaris and Mahatmas have taught you that you are the sinner. You are not the sinner. You are innocent. Their teachings has made you the sinner. They have taught you 1,000 ways that you are a bad, you are a sinner. They filled you with guilt. Actually, you are innocent. You have committed no sins whatsoever it may be. Your bondage is this, that you practice samadhi. You are doing efforts for meditation to bring fruits for liberation to happen. That is also a one kind of greed. This is your bondage. Raise sword of awareness and sever it into pieces. Now these two will become clear. Now these two things will become clear to you, that the path of yoga and the path of awareness completely different. Ancient name of the path of awareness is Sankhya Yoga, as Bhagavan Sri Krishna said in Gita. Sankhya Yoga means you simply wake up, do nothing, no need to do anything. Yoga means there is much more to be done before awakening will happen. In yoga there are means and ways. In Sankhya there is only goal. In yoga there are means and ways. In Sankhya there is only goal, only destination, no path whatsoever it may be. You have never left the destination to go anywhere else. You just have been sitting in your inner temple. You are bound because you are searching liberation. Moksha. The search for moksha creates a new bondage. Search for salvation creates a new bondage. A man is enslaved by himself in worldly affairs, and he begins to search salvation. Here he renounces wife, family, money and business. Then he enslaved himself in a new bondage. He became a monk. No restriction starts. How to move, what to do and what not to do. He creates a new kind of slavery. Actually, you are actionless. You are non-doer. Have you observed a monk condition that is like a prisoner? A monk is not free because a monk thinks that he has to accept restrictions to become free. This is an hilarious idea. To be free, no restrictions are required. It is the most up-to-date expression. If you are to be free, then become free on the very first step. Don't think that you will become free in the end. As that someone else will make you free or someone will give you moksha. People think in that way only. That Bhagavan Sri Krishna has said in Gita, 18th chapter, Slok 16, that, Hey Arjuna, leave all the religions, surrender to me. I will destroy all your sins and provide you the salvation. Its only meaning is this, that you surrender to me and understand me what I am saying, that knowledge, that wisdom will make you free from all your sins and you will rest in salvation. It is not like that the people think that God only will do. God will destroy the sins and provide the salvation likewise as giving the vardhan to his devotees. It is not like that easy. Actually, you are not a sinner, which Sri Krishna knows, and you don't know. You know that you are no sinner. You know that you are sinner. You know that you are doer. This awareness, when comes, then you are the open sky. You are free only, and if you are not free, you can be free in the very first step, not on the second step. If you make preparation for freedom, this very preparation will create bondage. Then to get out of this new bondage, you will have to make new preparation. This new preparation will make again new bondage, new bondage. You will get one and be bound by the other one. You will escape from the ditch and fall in the well. You will escape from the ditch and fall in the well. Astavakra says, to declare your freedom, do not prepare for it. Don't say that first you must get ready and then you will get freedom after some time. Your preparation will enslave your rather. And how to drop the preparation? One disease is dropped, another disease is taken up. Astavakra says, declare your freedom here and now itself. Get the course and declare. Say, you are divine. Say, I am Brahmasmi. You are spreading this world. You are thread in it. Do not become a small-minded. You are pure consciousness by nature. You are involved with that. This house is mine. You are involved with that. This house is mine. This money is mine. My business, my son. Small things are mine. Gets involved in. Why to make small claims? Make a great proclamation. Say, I am pure consciousness. Make the divine proclamation. Why be seated with anything less? Why be satisfied with anything less? Whole universe is yours. Like Krishna says, there is nothing in the world which I do not possess. Sri Krishna has proclaimed that I am God. You also can proclaim the same. You can also proclaim the same. Astavakra says, whatever we proclaim, we become the same. Try to understand, you are not different from Lord Krishna. Just you have to open your eyes and see that you are God. Then you are God. If you consider yourself small, then you will be small. Your belief, your proclamation is yours. You want to see God in stone, but not in yourself. What a hilarious and funny thing. You are without expectation. You are without expectation, clear and calm, unchanging, self-sufficient, unperturbed. Hence have faith only in consciousness. This much faith is sufficient that you are pure consciousness. This is the greatest magic in the world. Sri Krishna has become Bhagwan Sri Krishna because of this faith only. He announced, I am the Supreme God. Likewise, you can also proclaim that you are God. Just you have to be seer. You have to be witness and observer of whole universe. You are no sinner. You become what you believe, and there are so many cheats and scoundrels all around you. You have been led to believe all kind of things. They have their own motives. Priest wants to continue. Priest wants to convince you that you are a sinner, because if you are not a sinner, how he will continue to pray for you? It is his interest that you must feel that you are a sinner. If you are not sinner or ignorant, what will become of his scholarship? How he will run his business? A religious teacher, if he explains that you are free of doing, you have never committed sins, then what will he do? What he will do? There will be no need for you to go to him. There will be no need for you to go to him. It is as if you go to some doctor and he explains you that you are not sick, that you have never been sick. Health is your nature, and then the doctor is committed suicide. What will happen to his business? There are many scoundrels business. There are many scoundrels businessmen near you. They have their own interest. Thousands of business are running on you. Pandit, priest, Pandits, so-called Tilakdharis, religious teachers. For these people, it is necessary for you to be sinner. It is necessary that you must have done something wrong, did either in this birth or in previous birth. Otherwise, what will happen to those who explain you how to get released from the bad karmas? What will happen to those who come to save you and even your expired parents and forefathers? What will happen to those who come to save you and your father, parents and forefathers? How to do Pindadan and all rubbish rituals which are bread and butter for them. If Astavakra is right, then these entire Masihas are useless. then there is no need for your release. You are already released and liberated one. You have never done any sins whatsoever it may be. Question does not arise to destroy the sins. All are making you fool, and you feel proud to be fool. It is such a wonderful state of mind. It is such a wonderful state of your mind. Astavakra does not do any such profession with you. He speaks straightforwardly. He is giving crystal clear truth. Same truth Sri Krishna has also said to Arjun, but in different tone. Sri Krishna has described about the soul. Krishna is also talking the same, that you are not the body but the soul. One self-confidence is needed to see that I am the witness of all universe. Then all universe is yours. It is enough. There is no need for any other belief. There is no need to faith in God. Faith means in Hindi is Vishwas. Vish means poison and Vas means the place where you live. You can well understand the meaning. Where poison lives in, that is called Vishwas. Hence do not have faith in others than yourself. Faith must come from within, your own experience, by your own experience. You try to experience that you are only seer, only observer, only witness. Experience it, don't faith. What a wonder. When someone dies, you pray for the peace of his soul. It shows that you know that he was a soul, not a body. But when you are alive, you think nothing other than the body and do all the acts to please the heart, not for soul. You prefer the man as soul. You prefer the man as soul after his death, and unless he is living, you consider him body. When you are alive, you are not sure that what you are, the soul or the body. Your belief is that you are body, whereas you do all kind of acts for the peace of your soul after the death of the body. Think twice what you are actually to do the needful. Think twice what you are actually do the needful. You are fully aware that who is listening behind the ear. It is seeing behind the eyes. It is not your body at all. It is someone else, which you remember only after he leaves the body. That is within. That was within. But we don't want to see because of our worldly requirement and selfishness. Matter is clear. We know that body is not I, but the listener behind the ear and the seer behind the eyes is the actual I. See what the poet says. बचपन में सिखाते हैं यही धाम सत्य है. बचपन में सिखाते हैं यही धाम सत्य है. यौवन में स्वयं लगे अर्थ काम सत्य है. यौवन में स्वयं लगे अर्थ काम सत्य है. जब राम चले जाते हैं तन की अयोध्या से, जब राम चले जाते हैं तन की अयोध्या से, तब लोग बताते हैं राम नाम सत्य है. When that I go out of your body, then only you recognize that one. You never worry for that I until and unless he is in the body, and as soon as that go out of the body, you start to pray for the peace of that I, peace of that soul. You start to do Sardha, Tarpan, feeding the Brahmans and all kind of dhan, etc. for the peace of that soul. When he lives in the body, we never care for the soul. Oneself is not seeing oneself. What a funny thing. Living in the world, we never recognize ourselves. When the body will be lying on the floor and the listener and the seer will be out of the body, then only we recognize what we were. Astavakra says, it is very easy. You need not to do anything which you are going to do on doing. You need not to do so many things which you are going on doing in search of God. Just observing with alertness is enough. What you take from others, how can it be yours? Only which you have not borrowed from others is yours, which death will not be able to take away. Yours is what you had before you were born and what you will still have after death. Yours is what you had before were born and what you will still have after death. Seek that one, which is the God, that is the Creator and all. Search for that one. You do not need to practice for that. Only be alert, witness, and observer. People think to just sit is defeat. If they sit, they think they are defeated. If they sit, they think it is escaping. If they sit, they feel that the passerby will look at them like condemnation, that sitting idle and doing nothing. So people keep moving and keep doing. All are just earning money just to spend it. It is all useless even though they are full busy. धन कमाना ही तो कोई जीवन नहीं, धन कमाना ही तो कोई जीवन नहीं, धन ही तो कमाए जा रहे हैं लोग, धन ही तो कमाए जा रहे हैं लोग। पीना बुरी चीज सही मगर फिर भी पिए तो जा रहे हैं लोग, फिर भी पिए तो जा रहे हैं लोग। चोरी बेईमानी बुरी चीज सही मगर फिर भी किए तो जा रहे हैं लोग। Drinking is not good, but people are going on drinking. Smoking is not good, but people are going on smoking. They keep going themselves doing something or the other. If no work, they play card. And those who just sit attain the God only witness. And those who sit attain the godliness. And those who stop running thoughts attain God. Divine is not attained by running. It is attained by stopping. Who says God is not able to be seen? You are not in need to see Him actually. Simply sit a while and sink into yourself. Let the eyes get adjusted to the inside. Know the formless and everlasting. As Sri Krishna says, I am Avinashi. Seldom have I come on the earth in some form. It is the same thing. Sri Krishna is talking about two and Astavakra is talking about oneness. But it is the same thing. Both are one within. Make this understanding strong that we born because our desire and hopes. One who dies knowing that I am the knower, does not come back to this world. Have you seen a whirlpool, waves rising in the water? Then it becomes calm. Where it has gone, there was no whirlpool. There was no sea. It was just a wave in the water. Likewise, we are just waves of the divinity. When the wave is gone, nothing is left behind. In the same way, all that happens in our life are only waves. Let the waves be in peace, just as a mirror exists in the image reflected in it and also existed apart from the reflection. God is also within and outside of this body. Do not get confused by thinking of you as a wave. Think of yourself as the ocean. All these waves are rising in your ocean and automatically become silence. All are within you. Just experience it. Only this much difference in belief is the difference between slavery and freedom. See yourself as a wave. You are bounded. See yourself as the ocean. You are liberated. You are divine. Just the one all-pervading sky is the same within and outside a pot. The eternal, everlasting Brahm is the same in all. You are in the body, but you are not the body. The body is yours, but you are not of the body. Use the body and do not lose your mastership on the body. Through living in the body, remain beyond the body, like a lotus in the water. The sky has no form. Once you know that you are the emptiness like the sky, inside the pot or outside the pot, meditation cannot go deep as long as you continue desiring. As long as you expect to attain something, your meditation cannot go deep. Thinking of attaining something or other is greed. It is ambitions. People say, okay, we will meditate without expectation anything. But we will attain, won't we? See the two wonderful lines from the poet. देखा है हर चाह बनी, देखा है हर चाह बनी, आखिर में दुख का कारण। देखा है हर चाह बनी, आखिर में दुख का कारण। फिर भी चाहे मोक्ष अधर, फिर भी चाहे मोक्ष अधर, चाहना आखिर ना छोड़ा, चाहना आखिर ना छोड़ा। धन्यवाद। कीप ऑन सीइंग अष्टावक्र गीता।